if I've got a resentment in me, if I've got an anger in me, if I've got a confusion in me, a dissonance, if I've got an ignorance in me, if I've got a vengefulness in me, all of that binds me to the nature of my resentment. I am quantumly entangled. And what they say in quantum entanglement is the remedy for quantum entanglement is quantum entanglement. In other words, entangle deeper, go beyond it. So this is a perception. This is a cognition. This is a belief. This is a scar on the psyche, a schema. But I can go beyond perception. We spoke before, Brian, about the singularity, the geometric point, the self, the soul in each of us. It's a real place. That's beyond perception. It's beyond cognition. So entanglement in God, entanglement in faith, Christ, whatever you want to call it, is going beyond the entanglement of any kind of perception or belief. So it's like the ultimate panacea, it's the ultimate antibody. People think that compassion is weak. They get quite offended, but I say, because you haven't really experienced it, and I understand that, but I'm talking about going to a place where every perception is wiped out, every fear is wiped out, and we fix it at the level of the geometric point. That's the work, that's the work. As Geoff said, or Madame de Saltzman said, because she was one of his top students, Madame de Saltzman, this powerful woman, one of the greatest exponents of Gurdjieff's fourth way. Are you doing the work? Yeah, I'm understanding the intellect. You're saying intellectual things, but are you doing the work? Are you doing the work? Are you doing the work? I love that she was so direct, because the intellectuals would come in and they would say stuff, and she's saying, yeah, but are you doing the work? The bottom line is, you say you want to change the world, but you're 4 stone overweight. You can't change your own waist measurement. Don't tell me you've got autonomy when you're being tapped out by cigarettes 30 times a day. You say you've got autonomy, you want to change the world, but you can't stop yourself from gossiping about somebody outside Costa on a Friday afternoon. In Judaism, when they go into the microcosm, they're really serious about their work. They say that gossip is murder, because we're assassinating character. That's the level they take it to. And they say that embarrassing somebody is drawing blood, because the blood comes up and they flush. How deep do you want to go? What we think, what we say, what we do goes out as spirit, as energy, and has an effect in the world. So why would anybody intelligent, once they know that, think or say or do unkind things? You wouldn't, because it's all going to come back.
And you talk about that in the section on reciprocity, right?
Yeah.
I think it's part, maybe 2 in the book, where it's not just karma, you go deeper and deeper and deeper on this.
Yeah.
And that goes through generations.
Yeah.
And it all comes back. And the older I get, Geoff, the more I realize this is true. I mean, the energy I put out comes back to me sooner or later, sometimes quickly, sometimes delayed.
But it always comes back.
But it's so real and so hard for my scientific brain, my MIT engineer brain to feel that. But it's obvious.
But that's a shift in consciousness. That's a shift in perception.
Yeah.
And we're not going to get that shift while we're full of fossil fuel, while we're full of meats and overeating and overdrinking and indulging in stuff. We're not going to have the energy to go outside the stratosphere of old perception. We need a finite energy. We need a rocket fuel. I remember talking to an RAF guy in my house once, who was with some martial arts friends of mine, and I said to him, it's probably ignorant to say, this is about 20 years ago. I said, but what's to stop your jet just going straight out the stratosphere? And he said, energy. I haven't got the fuel. He said, I won't get out the energy on jet fuel. He said, I'd need rocket fuel. I'd need a greater fuel to break the stratosphere. And I remember thinking, it's cryptic, but he's talking about perception. We won't break old perception and go into new perception with fossil fuel. We need to contract. We need to get a finer fuel, and that fuel is called spirit, the Holy Spirit. In alchemy, they call it the philosopher's stone. In Japanese Aikido, they call it the attractive forces, chi, ki, prana, pneuma. There's lots of names for it. I've studied it. I feel it, and I'm led to study different areas, and you find the same reference points. So we have the ability, the soul is a light, the soul is a tincture of this, but we have the ability to expand the soul. In other words, they call it being Christed, so the soul is magnified. by placing ourselves between these two forces as a filament, we can Christ ourselves. But before we do that, we need to make sure the body's tempered, which I said before. We need to make sure that we are hermetically sealed, so we're not leaking all over Twitter, we're not leaking all over Facebook, we're not spurting our seminal energies into a tissue, watching demonically abused, porn stars. We're not doing any of that. We're not contributing to all that. We're bringing the energy in. We're conserving it. We're training it, and we're imposing it in a beautiful way. Either it's in a beautiful way or we don't impose it at all. But there is a responsibility to keep it moving, because if I bring it in and I don't take it out, then it's going to curdle, and it's going to spoil. And then when it spoils, again, they say in the Bible, it attracts beast and fowl. In other words, it attracts negative energies.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. I'm looking for partners, collaborators, colleagues who want to join forces with me around the globe and create real value, generational wealth, and financial freedom for everyone else around the world. Get involved in the cryptocurrency markets, get involved in the NFT markets. This is your moment. Life all comes down to a few moments. Don't let this pass. Now it's not too late. Next year is going to be too late. Ultimately, this is about freedom. That's the way I see it. This is about giving power back to the people and enabling billions of people worldwide to use the financial markets to improve their lives and those of their friends and their families and their communities. Honestly, I think it's a violation of human rights not to allow people basic access to financial services. Because right now people are being kept in the dark, they're being robbed of education, and it's a travesty. And so I'm looking for people that want to join me and be a part of this solution. And that all happens inside the DeFi Academy. The gains my students are making are absolutely amazing. Double, triple-digit gains in the first month alone. That's amazing. This will change your life. Now is the time to get involved. I'm going to tell you exactly how my students in my academy made money in the last 30 days. I'm talking about real trading results. And let me just whet your appetite a little bit. Let me hit you with some numbers. I'm talking Brendan from New Zealand is up 68.77% on the month. Steve from Europe up 83%. Albert in Singapore up 169.9% on one single trade. I got Susan up 153% on her call options alone. Also rocking 139% returns and 442% returns as well on individual trades. These are people that are changing their financial future in the last 30 days, but it's based on trading discipline. I've graduated over 500 students from inside my academy from over 54 countries around the world. It's amazing. When it comes to crypto, DeFi, and blockchain, we love this space. We truly believe it's the future. This is down to our core. It's authentic to what we're doing, and everybody can tell through the camera because you can't make this stuff up. If you're watching me now, wherever you are, I implore you, take 60 seconds right now and join my academy. Apply today. Now you've got a chance. Life all comes down to a few moments. What are you going to do? What's the choice that you're going to make?